Oh, we found our winner. I hope this winds up on the soundtrack. If we ever get a soundtrack. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. TARDIS, and I've gotten up bright and early on this 17th of May to watch Doctor Who The Interstellar Song Contest. We're just approaching 8 AM. I have to watch this, like, on broadcast at 8 AM, or on iPlayer drop, I should say, at 8 AM, because I've got to get to work in studio at 11 AM. That's why I'm wearing my All Blacks, so I can record this, edit it out really quickly, and just go. So hopefully I get this done on time. But yeah, last season I reacted to The Legend of Ruby Sunday because Rusty Davis was like, we want you to see your reactions, we want to see your reactions, we want to see how you know, all the flood of spoilers. It's now 8 AM. Let's see if it's on the iPlayer. There we go, the Interstellar Song Contest. So, expectations going in, honestly... Oh no! This program will be available shortly after broadcast. Why is this not on? Is this not working? Come on, come on, come on. It's gone 8 o'clock. It's gone 8 o'clock. So, expectations for this. Honestly, this could go either way. This could be, like, the greatest episode ever, or this could be... an absolute train wreck. Writer Juno Dawson, I really like the work that she's done in the Doctor Who Expanded Universe. She's done some great work for Big Finish. She's written The Good Doctor, which was a really strong 13th Doctor novel. There we go, only 1 minute late. Doctor Who The Interstellar Song Contest. So yeah, Russell, you wanted your reactions to the Interstellar Song Contest. Here we go. Get those subtitles on. I love the idea that he just steps out and immediately does it. That's going to be one hell of a contract that Rylan gets for the Interstellar Song Contest. Oh, that's a cool shot. No, BBC. We do not skip the intro in this house. Thank you very much. Ah, you could have put Rylan in the opening credits. Just for fun. I do recognise her. The director. I like her haircut. Oh, I wonder who that is. Poppy. That sounds familiar. Yeah, you know, that's the natural extension. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. We're in the end game now then. With those horns, they look like that that women's champion wrestler from NXT. I forget her name. That's right, go fiddling. Good jump. I'd like to see Hartnell do that. What if it turns out Rylan's the big hero of the story? Oh, nice trumpets. Murray Gold cooking. Oh, I like that shot. And Mrs. Flood dies here and now. It's, oh, that planning, all the effort wasted. Oh god. That's a grim image. That shouldn't happen to the TARDIS. Well, the Interstellar Song Contest didn't last very long, did it? Oh, whoa. Not again. Ooh, nice little MacGuffin. What is it? It's called a delta wave. I know that phrase. Oh, we found our winner. I hope this winds up on the soundtrack. If we ever get a soundtrack. I'm stuck here on my own, and I'm no one. She's very Tegan coded. Oh. I don't think we've ever seen this from Doctor Who before, have we? Go back, grandfather. Go back. Excuse me? Excuse me? I don't think that's how space works. I will say, though, that is something that Hartnell would have done.
Did I just fly through space on a confetti cannon? Yeah. Camp.
I kind of wish he hadn't said it, but yeah, very good.
All those people are still alive.
Oh, nicely done.
Not just 100,000 people frozen and suspended in space to reach them.
We need a lot of confetti cannons.
Going to blow their minds.
This could go either way because there are very valid reasons to want to protest and disrupt Eurovision in light of basically their internal politics, especially when it comes to stuff like Israel. So I'm really worried we're gonna try and touch on those themes. Basically the ending of Kablam, but maybe on steroids. Is this episode making the practical case for why you should boycott Eurovision?
People say they give them psychic powers.
Yeah, people say that a lot.
She's a Hellium. There we go, I'm calling it now. This is like genuinely good survival strategy though. If you're stuck in a situation like this, cling to the nearest gaze.
Place a museum. The history of the entire continent.
Space Museum.
Paradise.
They should make an episode about that.
That's how I got. Welcome, visitors. Hello. Wishing I hadn't sold my likeness in perpetuity, but here we are.
No way! I met him at Brighton Pride. What a weekend.
He was the 6th Doctor then, I bet.
I keep thinking.
See, I too have really existential crises when I'm watching Graham Norton. Yep, someone pick up that phone because I called it.
Doctor! Or you'll regret it. Because I have met so
Ooh, a new version of the 15th Doctor theme.
big mistake.
That Sonic can do an awful lot. I'm really worried that this episode is not only not gonna side with the protester, but will go out of their way to really demonize him. Ooh, I don't know if this works. I think if he thought Belle was dead, but he thinks she's in suspended animation in the Mavity field.
Believe me, that ice that you put in my heart, I think it's still there.
This isn't justice. And I don't know if the episode knows that. You just need 100,000 confetti cannons. Yep, get Ryland first. Okay, no, we're just gonna do this 100,000 times. Oh, they are just gonna do this 100,000 times. This must have been a fun day in the studio. The show goes on, and the corporation gets their poppy honey, I guess.
To remind us of the world that we lost. To remember a civilization that the corporation destroyed.
I thought it was my Waterloo. Turns out it was my rise like a phoenix.
I mean, you did torture a resistance fighter, Doctor.
Poor old Earth died many years ago.
Hologram explain.
The cause? Unknown.
Oh dears. That's never a good sound.
That is the sound of May the 24th.
Oh! Okay. Hmm.
Quite feels inside.
I suppose I should think of some famous Welsh words.
Oh goodness.
How about let battle begin? Oh, must we? How inelegant.
It's a bi-generation.
Yes, our name is the Rani,
Oh dear.
although she's become a Rani.
So, Mrs. Flood is basically
Come with me, Mrs.
the
Hood. Out of the way, boys.
least interesting thing that she could have been. Okay. I'm glad we had that confirmed, at least. Okay, Archie Panjabi. I don't actually know who she is off the top of my head. Okay. Oh, that was a nice little credit, though. The Rani, created by Pip and Jane Baker. Yeah, so the Rani, Time Lord from the 1980s, created by Pip and Jane Baker, started in the Sixth Doctor era in a multi-Time Lord story with the Master. And then a couple of seasons later, she came back. She's the first villain that the Seventh Doctor encounters in The Time and the Rani. She's also the main villain of Dimensions in Time. She's not actually that interesting a villain. Conceptually, she's interesting. She's like a Time Lord scientist who sees basically the whole universe as a petri dish. But the only reason she's enduring is that she's a Time Lord, and she was played by Kate O'Mara in the classic series, who was clearly having a lot of fun. She's not really on the top of anyone's list to return. But I guess, you know, if you think optimistically, maybe the fact that there is so little to her on screen, I'm not talking expanded media, I'm talking about on screen, maybe it's, you know, it means that there's a lot more that you can do with her. You can take her in much more interesting direction. She's not as well established as characters like the Master. But yeah, the Interstellar Song Contest, I have really mixed feelings on that one. Okay, so I'll properly talk about it at a live stream at some point. I'm really busy with TV studio work for the next couple of days, so I'm not sure when the next live stream is going to be. If this was an episode just around a big musical event or a big concert or a big telethon or a big broadcast or whatever, that would be one thing. But the fact that it's tied so specifically to Eurovision, and Eurovision is embroiled over the past few years. I know that this episode would have been written approaching like a year and a half ago, but the controversy has been going on for several years at this point regarding the Eurovision Song Contest specifically and its treatment of Palestinians and its refusal to hold Israel to similar standards that it holds to all the other contestants, to put it incredibly mildly. So the fact that this episode is based around the Eurovision Song Contest, it invites the comparison, it invites the discussion, and this episode gives us a quarter measure when it comes to, for the Hellions in this story, a civilization that was invaded and destroyed. In this story, it's past tense. In real world, it's current tense. And then to have a scene where the Doctor, played by an actor whose family came to this country to survive a genocide, torturing a resistance fighter whose own people have been genocided. I don't know. I need to sit on that one. And the conclusion of the episode, rather than tying up the loose ends morally, rather than looking at what happened to Kid and his accomplice, I forget her name, sorry, what happened to them after the events of this story. Did they go to prison? Did they, like, what happened to the people of Hellion? Did, you know, what happened with the corporation? What happened with the poppy honey? We might find out this weekend, we might know, but rather than deal with that, or rather then establish that that's a loose thread that will be picked up on in the next 2 weeks, they thought, no, let's bring back the Mrs. Flood thing, who, honestly, I don't know a single person who cares about the mystery or cared about the mystery, and then it turns out, oh, she's the least interesting thing that she possibly could have been, and I don't say that as hyperbole, I say that quite literally. It shows an interesting set of priorities, the story that Juno Dawson is trying to tell in this particular episode, and Russell T Davis's overarching theme for Mrs. Flood and the mysteries over the past 2 seasons. I think that in order to expand the latter, the former got massively compromised. I don't know. Anyway, I need to edit this thing because I need to head off in like an hour to get to work. So make sure to subscribe to keep up to date on all future Doctor Who reviews. Hit the like button because it really, really helps me out. Leave any comment down below to appease the almighty YouTube algorithm. And folks, I'll see you all next time. The Rani. Of course it was the bloody Rani. Can't think of anything else.